What is up, DramaAlertNation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news! YouTube boxing, influencer boxing is cursed. It is cursed. Every event has been canceled. There's been changes everywhere. What is going on today? We're going to cover all of it, keep you up to date with everything you have missed in influencer boxing. It's insane what just happened. New information just broke about the KSI event. We got to update you on that. And I'm not talking about KSI fighting two people. That was yesterday's news. We got new news today. But first, let's talk about why influencer boxing is so big. All right, Jake Paul. He brags that he's got more pay-per-views than anyone. In fact, Jake has been saying that him versus Ben Askren got 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, making him the 10th biggest boxing pay-per-view of all time. However, Jake Paul is now the 11th because we just heard today from Eddie Hearn that KSI versus Logan Paul 2 on DAZN did 2 million pay-per-view buys. A Nissan Gibbs saying, which would make it the 5th highest pay-per-view in history. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jake, but that makes KSI a side. But the point of me putting these pay-per-view numbers out there for you is to show you the big pull, all right? The excitement, how popular influencer boxing is. But it's cursed! Earlier this year, we were told that a Nissan Gibb would be fighting McBroom July 30th. However, this event got canceled. There was two things going on. One, Gibb had a head injury and he didn't pass his medicals, all right? The other thing that happened is the tickets weren't selling, all right? So guess what? This event has been canceled, but postponed. Social Gloves announced that Gibb versus McBroom is now happening on September 10th. However, they had problems selling the Staples Center and now it's changed locations. It's at an even bigger stadium. Not sure what Social Gloves is thinking with that one, but at least we are going to see this fight this year. Next up, we had Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, and you guys remember that Tommy Fury couldn't get entry into the United States, so that event was canceled. Jake Paul found a replacement, Hassim, but that event was also canceled because Hassim came in overweight. Now, if you talk to Hassim, which I have, he said, look, the contract said that they would, fine me if I was overweight, so I was willing to take the fines, but they still canceled the event. So Hassim is blaming Jake Paul. Jake Paul is blaming Hassim. And whose fault is it? Well, that's for you to decide. But Jake Paul had two events canceled. So who is Jake Paul fighting next? Well, we have sources, we have rumors, and I said earlier this month, Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate is supposed to be happening this year. Rumors from multiple different sources that the two are in talks. Now, the internet exploded when I broke that news, and we do have an update on that. Yesterday, Andrew Tate was meeting with Jake Paul's people. Is this 100% happening? I don't know. I just know that both of these teams are talking to each other. I know that for a fact. And quite frankly, that fight would break the internet. That would be absolutely massive, absolutely huge. Now, let's talk about the problems with KSI's event, all right? But before we do, a word from our sponsor. Roll. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of DramaAlert has been brought to you by Dr. Squatch. Now listen, I was in this specialty store a couple years ago, and I saw this soap, and I seen that it had like all natural ingredients, no chemicals, like you can read everything on the label, all these benefits. So I bought it, I used it, and I've been using it for like 2 years. So when this company hit me up and they were like, we want you to promote this to your fans and we'll give you free soap, yes! Dr. Squatch has a variety of products. We're talking hand soaps, shampoos, conditioner, deodorant. But the newest product that they have is the soap gripper. And you know what this is for? You put it at the bottom of the soap and then you set it on the little shelf so you don't drop the soap. Who thinks of this? That's good. You gotta admit, that's good. The other thing I love that Dr. Squatch does is they use sustainably sourced ingredients, right? So they care about the earth. But not just about the earth, they care about you and your health. So if you don't want to put nasty chemicals all over your body to clean up, click the link in the description and buy Dr. Squatch today. They are doing a special promo for just my fans. New customers will get 20% off if you spend more than $20 in the store. Link in the description, as long as you're using code DSQ Keem. So click that link and get clean. Okay, we are back. All right. There's big issues with KSI's event 2. Again, influencer boxing is cursed, people. It was announced that we were gonna see KSI versus Alex Wasabi. Now look, the fans weren't too happy with Alex Wasabi as an opponent because they thought that KSI would just walk through him. But honestly, I felt like Alex Wasabi was a worthy opponent because of the history. Alex Wasabi was talking trash to KSI for years. He was supposed to spar him. He never showed up. Alex Wasabi beat up KSI's brother, Deji. Like, I felt like this fight needed to happen. We needed to see it. And guess what? Alex Wasabi got injured. It's not happening. But before that was canceled, there was another cancellation. FaZe Temper versus Blueface. A few weeks after this announcement, FaZe Temper was looking for a new opponent because Blueface got into a scuffle with his girlfriend and got kicked out of the card. So there was an update. And actually, I feel like this was an improvement to the event because FaZe Temper is now fighting Slim. Slim is 3-0, undefeated. Slim gets all kinds of praise of how good he is. And in Temper, he beat King Kenny. So I feel like this is even a way better match. But then a week later, I broke the story on social media that Alex Wasabi was injured. Rumors were happening behind the scenes. I knew he was injured. I didn't know if he was going to pull out of the fight. And that is exactly what happened next. Alex Wasabi, due to alleged concussions, pulled out of the fight with KSI. And now KSI's team is in a scramble to save the event. Just like Jake Paul, just like Austin McBroom. Influencer boxing is cursed, people! But KSI and his team came out and said that no matter what, they were not canceling this event and they would have a new opponent. So we got the announcement. The backup for Alex Wasabi that was planned in advance happened to be a UK rapper known as Swarms. And this did not go over well, people. This did not go over well. Because, well, Swarms, he's never boxed before. However, he can rap. I mean, he put out a pretty good diss track on KSI just a few days ago. Roll it.
I'm a madman, they call me Judas. Knock man down, I leave this thing useless. Steady, ready, punch you up, then I punch up Deji. Do it, Puntelli, let's go no jelly. Gave him one night, talking about Eddie. Caution, how many times have you had an
Hate on Swarms all you want, but that banged. That diss track banged. Now, even though in a couple days, Swarms did more promotion for this event than Alex Wasabi did for months, the fans weren't having it. The fans just felt empty. So KSI did something drastic to make the event even more exciting. Yesterday, he uploaded a YouTube video announcing that he is fighting 2 people in the same night. On August 27th, KSI will fight Swarms and this pro boxer known as Ivan Nico. Now, a lot of you already know this, but there's another problem. There's another issue because influencer boxing is cursed. The pro fighter that KSI is planning on to fight on August 27th is a Nazi? That's right, fans started looking at his tattoos, finding out that he had like white power and all different types of Nazi symbolization tattoos. They found pictures of him online doing this and stuff. Like, guys, it's bad. It's bad. You know, people are saying right now that this guy doesn't deserve a platform. This guy doesn't deserve an opportunity. But then there's these other people that are saying like, well, don't you want KSI to knock out a Nazi? You know, so it's like this debate is going on. And I personally feel that now he's going to get pulled off the card because Blueface got in a fight with his girlfriend. He got pulled off the card. If this guy really is like a white supremacist or something, he's going to get pulled, right? I'm thinking there's going to be yet another change to the main event. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, This August 27th card is going to be sick no matter what, and it's primarily because of the undercard. We have FaZe Temper, who beat King Kenny, going up against Slim, who's 3-0. We got Deji, who's lost nonstop, but looking for revenge, going up against Fuzi, who's lost. We got Sam Hyde, who was banned from the Creator Clash event from even attending, who was said he was like too edgy, all this stuff, and now he is getting a opportunity to fight on the biggest stage against I Am Thompson, a giant. These guys are giants. We got King Kenny, who's supposed to be super good, going up against FaZe Sensei. That is wild. That is insane. We got Salt Poppy going up against Andy Worski. And Dean the Great, we get to see him for the first time going up against Evil Hero. Regardless of this influencer boxing curse, ladies and gentlemen, this event is going to be sick. The link to the event, to buy the event now, is in the description. You do have to buy a subscription to DAZN, just like Logan Paul versus KSI 2. But look, I feel like you want to buy that subscription to DAZN because I've talked to Misfit Boxing, KSI's team, and they are planning on having 4 events between now and January. 4 influencer boxing events between now and January. All of them going to be available on DAZN with your subscription. I think 1 more is a pay-per-view, and then 2 other you just get free because you're a DAZN subscriber. So link is in the description. Get it today. Ladies and gentlemen, KSI versus... I guess we'll find out the day of the pay-per-view. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the news. I hope you enjoyed my return back to YouTube. Now listen, I am launching a brand new podcast, and it is going to be a YouTube exclusive. And there is also a link in the description to the Keemstar show. See, there's been a lot of people out there shooting at me, all right? A lot of different allegations, and I've been dodging and weaving, but I finally decided to put a show together to start shooting back. So if you want to click that link also in the description and go sub to the Keemstar show, which is verified. You know, if you see any clones out there and they're not verified, it's not me. But that's it. Make sure you're subs, because you know, as soon as I get the scoop, I'm going to keep you in the loop. Also, I'm commentating August 27th. I will be there. I'm commentating the fights.